What up, YouTube? It's Knowledge is Self-Determination. So, I wanted to talk about boxing today and some of the upcoming fights that are scheduled. Um, First, I want to talk about Berto and versus Sean Porter. I think Berto is a slept-on fighter, in my personal opinion. Yeah, there are times where I wish Berto would have showed up and really did better than he did. Like the Robert Guerrero fight, I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what he was thinking, why his game plan was what it was. I'm uh I'm not sure about that. Um I the Soto Carras fight, I mean, I think that was the fight where he actually hurt his shoulder, I believe. So that was that was a strike against him, really, because he couldn't really effectively. Was it the Soto Carras fight that he hurt his shoulder? I can't remember. Anyway, I like Berto as a fighter. I think that Berto, when he's focused and in the gym training, I think that he is definitely a contender. I remember when before he was in the spotlight. I remember when he was just a prospect, and he was undefeated. So I've been watching Berto's career for a little while now. I haven't watched every single fight, but I remember him starting off in his early career. Now, I think this is a good fight. I think that people who know boxing understand that and highly anticipating the fight. It's not getting a lot of attention. I watched a Dream Chasing Boxing video. Knox pointed that out. That was a really good point. A lot of people aren't really talking about this. Now, so far as the welterweight division is concerned, Berto can still be a player. I'm not saying that he beats Sean Porter because I don't know if he can, but he is not to be slept on. Now, Sean Porter, a lot of people don't like Sean Porter's fighting style because they say it's very unorthodox and sloppy, and this, that, and the third. And I used to think the same thing. I like Sean Porter as a person from what I've been able to see or get a glimpse of through YouTube or whatever. He seems like a fairly cool cat, not somebody who I have any disdain for. He's not a jackass or anything like that, But yeah, his style. I've gained a new appreciation for his style, especially after watching the Keith Thurman fight, because he picks his spots, when he wants to box. I think, because his conditioning is what it is, which is it's ridiculous conditioning. This guy's stamina and endurance is fucking ridiculous. I think he wants to beat you with his conditioning first, right? Now, if you're someone to the level of a Keith Thurman, it's going to be a lot harder to beat someone like Keith Thurman with your stamina when he has good stamina as well. He has a good ring IQ and good foot movement in the ring. So it was a lot. It was, and also Keith Thurman uses lateral movement, and he can fight off the back foot. And Keith Thurman has respectable power at welterweight as well. So the fight was a good fight between those two. They both, again, that was a fight where there were no losers in that fight, really, in my opinion. Keith Thurman got the win, and I think he deserved the win. However, the fight was a Ward Kovalev type situation, It was so close that it could have went either way, and I would not have been upset, no matter how the decision went. Win, lose, or draw, for either one. Now, I think that this is going to be a good fight. I think this is a good fight for the welterweight division to help shape up the division a little bit more, I don't know what Adrian Broner is going to do. I don't know who he's going to fight next. Apparently, he is training with Floyd Mayweather, so preparing for his next fight. So Obviously, he'd know before any of us knows. But I don't know how Adrian Broner is going to look against these top guys in the welterweight division. He beat Ashley Theophane. I mean, the guy who's never been stopped before. He did homeboy in. The Adrian Granados fight was a tough one for him. Adrian Broner got the decision, but Adrian Granados, he showed that he's a contender as well. He's somebody who can give you a good fight. He's tough. He's rugged. He actually has boxing skills. He's not just some mindless brawler either. Adrian Granados, is effective aggression and it's calculated aggression. So I like that kid. So there are a lot of players in welterweight. I like to see who he's gonna fight next. There are a lot of players in welterweight. Now, the Kell Brook and Errol Spence situation. I've heard it said from some people that they believe that Errol Spence was overtraining. I don't know how anybody can make a call like that without actually being a part of the camp or getting direct information from the camp. Just footage of this man working out doesn't equate to him overtraining. Also, I would like to say this as well. Errol Spence is he has a great amateur career. He is an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? He was a standout amongst his Olympic teammates. I mean, they all get this dude props. I believe when they were all in the Olympics, they all pointed to him saying, if any of us go pro, he the one to watch out for. Like the kid gets mad respect from everybody in the boxing round, and he pulled it out himself. A great interview by Dante's Boxing Nation. I believe it was Dante, or was it Barbershop Conversations? They not Barbershop, but or Town Bears. They all work together. So I believe it was especially a Dante's Boxing Nation, a DBN video, the interview with Errol Spence. Now he said it himself. He was like, man, I didn't fought all. I didn't spar with a lot of these guys. They know who I am. Ain't nobody calling me out. And that's real talk. There is nobody calling Errol Spence out. When you say Errol Spence's name to a lot of these dudes, man, their whole attitude changed. You could see it in their face. Everything changes. You know what I'm saying? So what about a fight with you and Errol Spence? Errol Spence, he's a hungry young lion. Tough guy, this, that, and the third. We'll just have to see what happens later on down the road. This conversation's always go in the same direction. I'm not sleeping on Kell Brook, but Errol Spence has the type of reputation that precedes him. Because a lot of these dudes in boxing have been in the ring with him, either in the amateurs, at the Olympic tryouts, sparring as a pro. He's been in the ring with a lot of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. So Errol Spence isn't just some nobody that just popped up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This dude has a reputation in the boxing community, for being a dominant guy. This is not an easy fight for Kell Brook. This isn't going to be an easy fight for Errol Spence. Kell Brook is a tough dude. Man, when I saw the Kell Brook and Sean Porter fight, that right there let me know that Kell Brook was official. I was like, he tough. Now, yes, his strategy to neutralize Sean Porter's inside, work your body, give you that body work, you know what I'm saying, drain you, mess up your stamina and your energy, and beat you down with my conditioning style that people just call flat out just sloppy. Knox said fly swatter style. That was pretty funny. Kell Brook neutralized that by tying him up, grabbing his arms, not letting him work. Now, I did notice, though, in that fight, and in other fights as well, I think he did in the Keith Thurman fight, sometimes Sean Porter will get on the inside, and he won't do anything. He'll, have his head in your chest or have his head down. Sometimes he's not working. Not saying that it doesn't happen a lot because the guy's a workhorse, but he's not always balls to the wall, pedals to the metal. You know what I'm saying? He's just there, pushing you back or trying to push you back or something like that. And sometimes a fighter doesn't want to waste the energy, shrugging you off or, trying to step around you and hook you to the side. They'd rather just tie you up and let the ref break you. You know what I'm saying? And possibly, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or how but it doesn't happen often, so it's not even really worth, really mentioning, even though I did, so. But it doesn't happen often. But in any event, Sean Porter's an excellent fighter. I like Sean Porter. He showed me a lot in the Kell Brook fight and in the Keith Thurman fight. But Kell Brook did prove a lot to me in the Sean Porter fight. He proved that he was rugged, he was tough, he could box, He did hold a little bit too much. I think he held a lot in that fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. He held a lot. But I still believe that his boxing ability and his skill was enough to actually help him pull off the victory. So the Errol Spence and Kell Brook fight is going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be it's definitely going to be one that's going to go down in the history books. But I got Errol Spence in that fight, man. I have Errol Spence in that fight. I never said who I had in the Berto Porter fight. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Berto can box and he got some nasty uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter proved that he has a chin. So the thing will be, if Berto can stand up to Sean Porter's pressure and be able to box effectively off the back foot, and counterpunch effectively, he can win the fight. I don't think he's gonna hurt or knock out Sean Porter. He could possibly hurt him. But if he allows Sean Porter's pressure to weigh him down, he's fooled. He's gonna get chopped up. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I'm gonna just say it. It's a 50-50 fight. It can go either way. I won't be surprised either way. You know what I'm saying? The Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward fight. Now, as the last fight was very contentious. It was basically up to interpretation for the most part. A lot of people feel as though because of the knockdown, Sergey Kovalev got the victory hands down. They don't believe that the work that Andre Ward put in from the fifth round on, and part of the fourth round, because he went right back to work in the fourth round. He didn't run from Sergey Kovalev. He instantly adapted after the knockdown. He didn't win the round though. Not gonna say that at all. But he outworked him for the rest of the fight. I'm gonna just say that. His work ethic changed. He changed his game plan. He adapted, and he got the victory. Whether you believe so or not, the judges made the call. It is what it is. Now, the second fight, I don't know how it's gonna go. I still think it's still a 50-50 fight. It could go either way, man. And I won't be surprised no matter what the outcome is. I won't be surprised unless it's just some clear robbery or some sort of disgrace to the boxing world. But I believe that Andre Ward is gonna. I believe he's gonna. I want him to get the victory. I'll say that. I want him to get the victory. I don't know if he will get the victory though. I like to hope that he will, because I want to see him win. If Sergey Kovalev comes out and I mean really push the envelope, so to speak, and really apply pressure to Andre Ward and come out and, really throwing bombs and trying to get him out of there. If Andre Ward is not on his game, he's going to get caught with something. He's going to get hurt badly, possibly knocked out. If Sergey Kovalev comes out, with some sort, with this effective aggression, controlled aggression type of style, applying mad pressure, in a Golovkin-esque, Errol Spence Jr.-esque kind of way, it could be a short night. Now, if Andre Ward is able to withstand the onslaught that could possibly be coming his way, if he could do that, Sergey Kovalev is going to blow his wad, so to speak. He's going to gas himself out. And Andre Ward is going to be able to snatch a victory easily just by sheerly outworking him and chopping his ass up, digging those body shots, knocking the wind out of him and sapping his energy with the body shots and stuff like that, and being elusive and making him miss shots. Because you spend a lot more energy swinging and missing than you do swinging and connecting, because of the transference of energy and so on and so forth. But this is not time for a physics lesson. So anyway, I believe that if Andre Ward, now I don't know how Andre Ward is going to come out in the fight, because remember, he said during the first fight, during getting ready for the first fight, he didn't even get a chance to get any road work in, So is Andre Ward going to be even more effective, with an increase in stamina and endurance from getting in some road work with a properly length training camp? Sergey Kovalev said he was going to make some changes. Is he going to stop drinking vodka? Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. How much can his liver and kidneys take if, his body is trying to purge alcohol or trying to feed off alcohol that's in his system versus feeding on water or some type of sports drink that is replenishing his system? Maybe that's why he gassed out. He gasses out in his fights. I mean, your body's not getting the proper fuel, it tries to compensate the best it can. But you sacrifice your energy and stamina when you force your body to circumnavigate your own stupidity, basically. I would say this, though. Sergey Kovalev didn't show that he has the ability to adapt to a new situation, such as when Andre Ward adapted to Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev was not able to adapt to Andre Ward. He wasn't able to do it. Not saying that he didn't have a good game plan going in, because Sergey Kovalev can box. I still think this is a 50-50 fight, personally. I would like to see Andre Ward win, but at the end of the day, I just don't know. This is keeping anything emotional out of the way, or how I feel about either one of these fighters. I just don't know, But I won't be surprised if either one wins. They both have the potential to beat each other, And with that being said, what else can I think of? Who else? Anthony Joshua and Vitaly Klitschko. Now, this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be an excellent fight. How short of a night is it going to be? Well, really can't say. These are two big guys, and they're real heavily muscled dudes. Both well over 6 feet tall. They're gonna burn through a lot of energy if they don't pace themselves. And basically, if they come out, which they more than likely will come out guns blazing. Of course, the first round is always the feel around, the test around. So more than likely. And both of these guys have enough experience now to know, especially Klitschko, to not come out guns blazing in the first round and blow his load completely, But in the event that they both come out guns blazing in the first round, second round they come out, guns blazing. By the third, fourth round, you're going to start to see the signs of fatigue in these dudes, And from that point, if nobody's knocked out, it's going to be a battle of attrition at that point, Because they're both going to be, pulling on their reserves, basically, to try and beat the other guy and possibly stop the other guy. Vladimir Klitschko's his experience is going to be very, very a very crucial part of his fight with Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua can get around Kovalev, Klitschko's his jab and his counter right. If he's able to, properly defend and avoid those punches and counter punch appropriately and properly, he could stop Klitschko. He could stop him. Anthony Joshua has really good boxing skills. I'm not gonna lie, he has pretty decent boxing skills. If he can measure himself out properly, keep the proper distance, and keep his hands up, he could stop Vitaly Klitschko. He can stop Klitschko. Sorry about that. He can stop Klitschko. I keep saying Vitaly. I'm sorry, Vladimir. Now, the same goes for Klitschko. He has the ability to stop Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua just comes forward like some mindless drone, walking into this guy's jab in his right hand, it's going to be a short night for that kid, man. It's going to be a really short night for him. I don't think he's going to be dumb enough to do that, but we'll have to wait and see. Another fight that I think can go either way. I'm going to say this. I like to see Anthony Joshua win because it will be a good experience builder for him. He'll gain a lot of experience from a fight like this. I would like to see him win. Changing of the guard kind of situation here. But I won't be surprised if either one of these guys lose. I won't be surprised who wins or loses. I won't be surprised either way. Because again, to me, it's that kind of a fight. But I think Anthony Joshua's skill set will, kind of carry him over the hump and, help him get the victory. In the end, I believe so. But again, I think it's 50-50. That's just who I want to win. I'll more than likely do another video. This is already over 20 minutes. So I don't want to make it but so long. But yeah, that's just some of my thoughts on the current, some of the upcoming fights for 2017. Oh yeah, also before I go, the Canelo and Chavez Jr. fight. I think that Canelo has a good chance of beating Chavez Jr. because his skill set is very superior and he's constantly growing and evolving as a fighter. He's a real boxer. He's a real fighter. So I got to give him credit for that. Chavez Jr., however,